and kept my business open, murder or no murder. The woman seemed to think she owned me. And the rest of the town. Mind you, she was doing a stellar job of putting our sleepy little Reading, Vermont on the map of must-visit places in the continental United States. Savvy didn't begin to describe her ability to wrangle press and attention, and everyone thrived thanks to it. But there were times it rankled. Like 3 weeks ago, when she showed up in the foyer of Petunia's, patted my pug of the same name on the head, a prerequisite for anyone wishing to spend even 5 seconds at the B&B, and then informed me, in no uncertain terms, with the faintest lines of tension and tiredness for her relentless campaigning finally showing around the edges, that I was attending tonight's little soiree. No luck hiding from her either, now that I was here, it turned out. With her carefully cultivated welcoming smile plastered on her olive-skinned face, makeup professionally applied and hair glossy in the low light, Olivia took time out of her busy schmoozing schedule to swoop across the bar and pounce. That is, spend a moment with me. "A smile would be lovely," she said through her own beaming expression, tone not matching her lips or joy reaching those dark eyes. The hints of exhaustion hadn't left her. She really needed to take a break from all her hard work at some point. For the good of reading. That elegant pause, weighted with guilt, was by now classic Olivia Walker, boss of everyone. You do want our town to continue seeing success, don't you, darling Fiona? No use arguing. I did agree with her, just wasn't all that keen on being a show pony in her particular 3-ring circus. "I'm here, aren't I?" Okay, so not very gracious, but no one ever accused me of being over-enthusiastic when I was pinned to the wall. "Listen." She leaned in, with that tight smile turning to a tight feral snarl, dark eyes snapping, weariness gone in favor of intensity. "I saved you when Pete Wilkins died, and don't you forget it. You owe me, Fiona. You kept Petunia's open." I snapped back. "Which is technically a place, Olivia. I'm a person. Not to me." Because to Olivia Walker, I was nothing to her without Petunia's. While I was aware of that fact, she'd never come out and said it in so many words. At least I knew where I stood. I grit my teeth and bit the bullet. Of course I did. While Olivia strolled off, smiling and nodding like she hadn't just handed me my self-esteem on a platter. Turning away again seemed the best, if minuscule, revenge. I glanced at the clock behind the bar, hating that I fretted. There was a time I could have cared less about time or anything outside my own little world. But pondering Petunia's made me think about the 2 elderly ladies who I'd left in charge back in town. While I was only a 15-minute drive from the B&B, it felt like a million miles. Now, Mary and Betty Jones had taken excellent care of Petunia's when my grandmother had her stroke, worked there for years before that, handled everything with their stolid determination and quiet grumpiness I knew now came from natural stoic natures and not from actual dissatisfaction. Still, it was one of the busiest nights of the year. The news channel's perky weather girl had been warning all day about the possibility of snow tonight, too. Could they deal with snow? Fee? Seriously? The pair had spent their entire lives in a mountain town. Snow was nothing to them. But they had been left in charge of dinner and the music, and I really needed to call them. Check in. Not because I wanted a distraction from standing alone at the bar with a decidedly Valentine's Day drink in my hand, a room in the brand-new resort waiting for me upstairs, a free dinner pending, and no one to share it with. Right. Just when I thought tonight couldn't get any worse, well, it got worse. Right about the instant Vivian French breezed her way into the bar, her slim petite figure clad from bare shoulders to toes in pale yellow silk. I had zero doubt those were real diamonds around her skinny neck and dangling from her precious little ears. As for the tiara, honestly, did she look at herself in the mirror before she left her room?